Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss and configure Big IP automatic configuration backup using Crontab. So basically there are two methods to achieve this functionality. Number one is the push solution, number two is the pull solution. So let's discuss the differences between them. Now in the push solution, I would say you will be needing a big IP device and a SFTP server, or it can be a FTP server, whatever you required, but SFTP is secured file transfer, so that is what it is recommended. So under the push solution we will be having a big IP device which is acting as a script server itself. Means the script is located onto the big IP server itself, which is been running and then generating the backup of that particular file, and then big IP is forwarding that file to the SFTP server. Okay, now let's discuss the pull solution. So under the pull solution you will be having a big IP device, SFTP server, and let's take a script server. So that script server is having the script running into it. Using that script, it logging into the big IP device, and then big IP device will take the backup of the configuration, and then that script server has the configuration to tell big IP to forward this backup file to the SFTP server. Now there is another way of achieving that pull method. Is basically you have a big IP and you have a SFTP server which is itself acting as a script server. So that script is been running into the SFTP server itself. That script is logging into the big IP device, generating the backup file, and then telling big IP to paste that backup file into the SFTP server, and then it is done. We are going to implement push solution. To achieve that, we would need a big IP appliance or a big IP virtual appliance and a SFTP server, at least from the infrastructure point of view. And we should have a basic knowledge of shell scripting or bash scripting, basic knowledge of Linux. To know, we should know the method of key exchanges, knowledge about the cron tab functionality into the big IP. In this topology, we have on the left hand side we have a SFTP server which is running on the CentOS, and the right hand side we have a big IP system which is having a version of 14.00, and the license is still there. However, the license is not required to achieve such things because most of the things we will be doing into the bash shell. Let's verify the communication. Switch may be taking some time to boot up. Okay, now it's able to ping. Let's try to telnet over port 22. Yep, it's there. And make sure you should be able to access the SFTP. So SFTP is the username. This SFTP is the protocol which we are going to use, and this SFTP is the username to access this particular server. And then the IP address of the SFTP server. Hit enter. It will ask the password. Yep, password. Okay, I'm in. Let's exit this. Yep. So this basic communication is already there. To achieve a push solution, we need to transfer the public key of the load balancer to the SFTP server. And why it is required? Because the authentication will not be happening over the password. The authentication will be happening over the public keys. So let's generate the public key on the F5 load balancer. The public key is usually be saved on the cd slash root dot ssh. Let's see. So there is no public keys generated yet. Otherwise you would be seeing here RSAs. So let's generate that. SSH hyphen keygen. This is a command to generate the public key. Let's say yes. Do not enter any fast phrase, and it's been generated. Make sure you are in the right path. Yes. Now check if you just received the RSA. Yes. You have received it. Now cat this and then check whether some context is there. Yes, it is there, specifically for this load balancer. Now you need to paste this public key into the SFTP server. Now let's go into the SFTP server, check for the specific folder whether it is visible there or not. cd okay, pwd. So this shows that where you are in now, but you are and you are in home SFTP. You should go into the SSH directory. .ssh directory is basically a hidden directory, so it is visible like this, ll-a. So this is the directory cd.ssh. So here authorized key is not there. You should create a authorized key here. Command to create this touch authorized underscore keys. Hit enter. Provide the specific rights chmod 700 and then type the name of that particular file. Check. Yes, authorized keys is there. Rights are 700. Perfect. Now let's see and cat the authorized keys. So this is empty now. The next step is to paste the RSA public key of the load balancer under this authorized key. So to do that, there is a function -i is to insert, and then the file name sftp at 192.168.1.45. Hit enter. It should ask for the password. Yes. Now enter the password. Okay. It says it's been sent. Perform the cat, and then yes, it's here. Now the motive of doing is, if you earlier, if you remember, when we did SFTP, then it asked the password here. Let me just, okay, where is it? It asked the password here. You remember this is, but now if we do the same thing, it should not be asking any password. Let's try that. Paste this command, hit enter. Let's see, you should be into the SFTP prompt itself. Yes, you are in. So that has been achieved. But sometime the problem which usually been faced when you do SFTP and then you try to access the SFTP server, it again asks the password. Even you have transferred the file, I would say RSA public key file to the SFTP server. Then the problem would be you should not be having the enough rights under the authorized key. It should be these rights, okay, or you don't have enough rights under .ssh folder ll-a. This one, you should check the rights on this ssh folder. uh, this can be the only possible cause that why your SFTP is still asking the password even the public key has been exchanged. Now let's proceed to the next step. We will be creating a directory on the big IP. Make dir is a command to create a directory. Path where local script. Okay. Now let's go to where local check ll, and yes, the script directory has been created here. What do we have? We should be going into the where local script. Okay, we are there. There is nothing, it's totally empty. Okay, now this is the folder which we will be using to put our script. Now under this folder, let's create a script and use the nano or vi, whatever you recommend. Yeah, backup script dot sh. So this is a script which I have already created. Let me just paste it here and then I'll explain you what does it mean. So let's paste the script here. So this is the script here. Some of the variable patterns which has been defined, like a timestamp, remote backup server, remote path of the backup server, local path from where the file is to be taken, and then big IP host name, big IP variable as host name, big IP file name should be the big IP mains. The big IP file, the backup file name should be the variable of this, which is your host name, and then the timestamp as a variable, which is this one. Okay, and then the extension is added here. This is the particular command, or I would say tmsh shell command, to create the uh, to, to create the backup file of the load balancer. And then once this is being done, it will be placed into the local path and then the backup file name according to this. Local path is this one. Okay, and then once it is done, then it will do the sftp with the remote backup server of the sftp, which is 192.168.1.45, and then the remote path means under the root sftp log it will be paste, and then sftp is the username to log into the sftp, and then it will copy the file. It will be going into the var.local.ucs. From there it will put the file into the sftp, and then we are done. Right now we are not removing that file. Whatever is being taken as a backup, we have commented this line, we will not be using it. So let's test that. We need to click on Control X and then yes, modify to save this. So this script has been created. Let's go to CS is a folder. Let's go into the UCS. There is no such file created as .ucs. So for the testing purpose, let's run this script and then see what is happening. Let's verify this path as well, which we have defined into the sftp server root sftp log, whether it's been created or not. That's very important to check. Cd sftp ll sftp log, do we have? Yes, we do have it created already, and only the sftp server has the rights to do that. So yes, we do have it created already. Only the sftp server has the rights to perform the operation on it. Let's run the script. Cd dot dot, let's go into the backup script folder. Cd slash script, oh not slash, only script. Now run this script. To run this script, shell script, the syntax is just simply type dot space and then the script name. It will take some time to run the script. Once it is done, you will be getting a message. Okay, so we got a message that under the var local ucs big ip1.lab.com is the hostname of the big ip, and the date for today.ucs has been created, and the file size is 3.3 MB. And also we got a sftp message as well, that must have been placed under here. So let's go here, cd slash sftp log, check, yes it is here, and the creation time is 8:52. And what is the time now here? Clock 9:53. Well, maybe the clock is different between this Linux server and this big IP device, so that can be the reason. But let's delete this file and then run this script again. Rm is the syntax to delete the file, rm and the file name. Now okay, deleted. Now go into the cd dot dot cd ucs folder and then see whether the file is visible or not. Var slash local ucsll. This file has been created here. Let's remove this rm. Okay, cd script script. Okay, let's run this script again. And we know that f5 backup is usually being done on the .ucs file, and the path of that ucs file under the tm under the bash is var local ucs folder. So if you go into the GUI, under the GUI you will be able to see, yes, the backup has been taken. If you want, let's check that as well. Okay, again the backup has been taken, and let's check this here. Yep, the file is visible here again. And let's check it here. cd var local ucs ucs. Yep, here it is. And let's verify the system. Sorry, system. Under the system, go into the archive, and then here is the file which has been created. Let's try to remove this file from the CLI and then see whether if it can remove from the GUI as well or not. rm. Okay, file has been removed. Let's check here. Refresh the web page. Yep, it's been removed. Okay, let's create it one more time. In the sftp, current file has been created at 8:55. It should be replacing this file with a newer file, so the timestamp should be changed, and the file which is going to create on the big IP should be visible under the GUI, or I would say var local and UCS. Okay, so let's check. Yep, 8:59. It's been created here, and also the file size is 3496440, and here let's see, 3496440. Okay, now let's check on the GUI. It should be visible. Yeah, here it is. Now just test one more thing. Let's delete this file again. rm deleted, and also rm deleted. So this file has been removed now. It's not visible even in the under the sftp log, even under the ucs, or nor into GUI. Let's So it's gone. Under the script there was a one line which we commented. Let's remove the command. cd script ll nano, and then open the script here. So if we remove the command, what is going to happen, it will take the backup, it will create the ucs file, it will paste this ucs file into the sftp server, and then it will delete it from the ucs folder of the load balancer. So it will not be consuming the space on the load balancer. It will be simply going to paste the file to the sftp server and then removed it. So let's try that. Now let's create it. Let's run this. Okay, in the load balancer we can see this file has been created around 3.3 MB again. Go to cd/cd ucs and then see whether we have the file. No, we still don't have any kind of ucs file here, but let's check here on the sftp. We do have it, so that means this script worked as we expected. Now under the next section, is basically use the Crontab feature. So what I understood so far from the Crontab is a task scheduler as you have it in your Windows. You will be going to paste or you will be going to type the command. Under that you are defining what all script you want to run at which time. So once the time occur on the system, then it will execute that script. So our main portion was is to check whether our script is working fine or not. This is what we have checked, that our script is fine. Now the next step is to edit the crontab file, define the path of the backup script and run that accordingly. To edit the crontab file, you should be typing crontab hyphen and then you can simply type escape I to insert. So let's suppose you want to run this script in every 5 minutes. So you should type here 05 asterisk 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 and then dot space where local script backup script dot sh. Once you do that, in every 5 minutes this script will be executed and then you would be taking the backup of this file. However, it's not very realistic. You are not going to take the backup in every 5 minutes of the any of the device configuration, but this is what I have put as very aggressive just for the testing purpose. So let's check that. So we can see here that the cron tab is new cron tab has been installing. There is something which has been returned into the cron tab. Check the time. Currently is 10:06:39. So next script will be executing at 10:10. Meantime, I'll delete this file rm92. Okay, let's check that when it is going to install. No UCS file. And then let's see when it executes and what is the status here into the sftp. Let's check the time here. 10:10. So script must have been executed. Check, no file yet. It usually takes some time because you have also seen when we were just running the backup script, it was taking some time. But let's check now, and after a minute or so. So it should not be taking so much of long time. I assume that something is wrong here. If I simply run this in this manner, let's see what happened. Maybe this command is wrong, but let's see. Okay, so this command is been verified and it is fine. The problem was something with the cron tab timing. So let's verify this one. Let's remove this first. Perfect. Clock right now is 10:16 and cron tab hyphen e to edit the cron tab. So okay, I found the mistake. 05 means into the every hour of 05 minute this command will be executed. It's not that it will be running into every 5 minutes. So if I check now the time into the F5 is 10:16 or 10:17. So let's make it as 19 and then make it as what 20. Then every hour of 20 minutes this script will be executing. 20 escape colon WQ write and quit. Okay, cron tab has been installed. Now check for clock LL Now the time is 10:17. Let's wait for 3 minutes and then see whether this script has been executed or not. We should not be having anything under the sftp log. Let's verify it once again. Yes, we don't have anything. Okay, let's check now what is the time. And okay, it's just 10:20:22. So script must be executing in the back end. Let's verify something we have into the sftp log. Not yet. Let's wait for some time. It usually takes some time to run the script. Okay, so we have seen here now the backup is being done and the file has been executed. So that means the Crontab functionality running the script in your F5 without even knowing you. It all depends at how do you schedule it. So I would say you can modify your script accordingly on the basis of your requirement, and you can do lot of stuff in your script. And then using the cron tab you can just simply schedule it to run it on a specific time. And if you want to run this script, or I would say 2 a.m. in the night, then simply make it star here, make a streak here, and here define the time as 02, which is under the hour area, hour area, then escape wq. Now if you do it in this way, that means it will be running the script at every 2 a.m. in the night. If anything is missed or any suggestion or any feedback, feel free to share under the comment section. Thank you.